Let's talk about representing, comparing, and ordering decimals. How can we represent tenths? A fully shaded square is called a unit square. A unit can also be represented as $1. When a unit is partitioned into 10 equal portions, it is called a tenths square. Each portion in this square is called a tenth or 1/10. And each tenth can also be represented as 10 cents or a dime. How can we represent hundredths? When a unit square is partitioned into 100 equal portions, it is called a hundredth square. Each portion in a hundredth square is called a 100th. A hundredth can also be represented as 1 cent or a penny. How do you compare 3/10 to 58/100? First, we represent 3/10. In 3/10, 3 portions out of 10 are shaded in. Then we represent 58/100. In 58/100, 58 portions are shaded in to represent 58/100. To compare the decimals, you must line up the numbers by the decimal point. Then you look at the tenths place. In the tenths place, there is a 3 and a 5. Since we know that 3 is less than 5, we know that 3/10 is less than 58/100. How do you compare 3/10 to 30/100? First, we represent 3/10. In 3/10, 3 portions out of 10 are shaded in to represent 3/10. Then we represent 30/100 by shading 30 portions out of 100 to represent 30/100. Then we line up the decimals by the decimal point. Because we have 2 3's in the tenths place, we then look at the hundredths place. Since they are both zeros, we can compare the two numbers as follows. 3/10 is equal to 30/100. How do you order 3/10, 58/100, and 39/100 from greatest to least? To compare decimals, you must first line up the numbers by the decimal point. Then you look at the tenths place. There's a 3, and a 5. We know that 5 is greater than 3. In the next two numbers, both have a 3 in the tenths place. So we have to look at the hundredths place. In the hundredths place, we have a 9 and a 0. Because we know that 0 is less than 9, we also know that 39/100 is greater than 3/10. We can order these numbers from greatest to least by saying that 58/100 is greater than 39/100, which is greater than 3/10.